palace of the Grand Master, Valletta Malta. The palace hosts 2 guests today. Moran, a representative from the European Union, assisting Malta's transition into the EU, is here officially. Hidden in the shadows is the hand that moves Moran. The underground construction is moving too quickly. Sinkholes, exposed magma pits, tidal waves. You know what these things are, Nande? They are attention. Attention which neither of us can afford. Of course, I'm not telling you to halt construction. On the contrary. One-way tickets to habitable exoplanets are selling slower than anticipated. These natural calamities will only serve to expedite the process. The key being that the people think they are in fact natural. You can forget about transcendence. 99% of the people uploading their consciousness to the web were suicidal anyway. At least when they come to us, we get the rent from their estate in perpetuity. Why sell tickets to planets that will never be reached? Why simulate people onto cloud computers? Deception is the new death. Relocation ships will meander through the cosmos until the cargo is dumped and we repaint the ship to board more fools. Correspondence back to Earth stops once the person is in cryosleep. We'll wake up a few whose consciousness we convincingly mimic and have them communicate back to loved ones about how great the trip is. What happens to those who don't flee in spaceships or into computers? We have plans for them too. Those sheep shall be treated as such, herded into underground shelters built across the globe, imprisoned and reconditioned as ideal vessels at our command. Those that survive, that is. Through our artificially constructed electromagnetic grid, we shall impose a theatrical meteor shower, driving the stragglers into the tunnel as they flee this man-made apocalypse. Once in the survival tunnels, humans will become database records. They will keep their flesh and blood, but rely on their pods for sustenance. Cozy little pods that stream all of the entertainment that they love. Feeding, sleeping, messaging, life, all in the unit. All of their sensory input is delivered through their new high-tech little homes. Brainwave and other biometric sensors calibrate each client. Only those that have been properly reconditioned shall be eligible for surface life. And those that aren't, perhaps we'll meet them again when we collect fuel from those tunnels later. Much later. Any questions? Good. I'll leave you and your friends to it. Like I said, just try to be more discreet. Jekyll Corp Tower, St. Julian's, Malta. Largest structure in a sea that touches 3 continents. The final piece of the puzzle needed to close the circuit and turn the sky worldwide into a movie projection screen. Coda Hall, privately leader of the Brotherhood of the Snake, publicly CEO of Jekyll Corp. The Grand Master's Palace, Valletta, Malta, home of the Maltese President and the House of Representatives. Enjoy the circus with kids while I attend to business.
Is it true that there's a white line, Grandpa?
True, but he only comes out if you're good and honest.
Why is this meeting so urgent?
Moran.
You know who he deals with. Be careful.
Angelo Remont, long-serving Maltese Speaker of the House. Longer time Knight of the Sovereign Order of Malta. Blood of the Hospitallers courses through my veins. He doesn't frighten me. Nor do they. Construction. They promised to keep it down while we're meeting. You see how well they do quiet? Construction, of course. Look, Moran, I'm no stranger to political theater, but you have to give me more to work with than this environmental protection rhetoric.
Valid. Had Hodakal not been mayor of St. Julian long enough to approve it, that building wouldn't be that tall.
No.
Perhaps we can claim eminent domain on this one. The port belongs to the people, not a private corporation.
A private corporation that just so happens to be adored by the global population. The building is owned by a world-renowned innovator and high-profile businessman that has Malta in a position of prominence we haven't enjoyed in hundreds of years. Maybe we can lease his antenna, at best. Jekyll Corp CEO and founder Coda Hall hasn't just changed Malta, he's changed the world. We get all of our directions, mail, do our shopping, enjoy entertainment, do research, and anything and everything in between on computers and mobile devices provided by Jekyll Corp. Anande and the Shadowmares seek to use the sky as a movie projection screen. They seek to do so fast, before anyone else knows the technology to do so exists. The Shadowmares and their agents want a monopoly on the sky canvas. They seek the ability to broadcast meteor impacts, alien invasions, or sentient light beings and have all of their illusions accepted as reality. There's just one small problem. Coda Hall didn't become a self-made billionaire by letting others control his toys. Mr. Speaker, these are not ordinary times. This is not an ordinary place. And that is most certainly not an ordinary building. The technology to render real-time, three-dimensional, remotely controlled holograms exists. Everyone's privy to this technology. It's no secret, I'm afraid. What no one else has or dares to acknowledge is the ability to cover the entire planet with an electromagnetic projection screen. That is, if we can close the circuit. All we need now is Jekyll Corp Tower, then we can fire up the grid. Put bluntly, time is growing short, my friends. Go. The true power behind the illusions of power as you know them, the puppet offices and dominions worldwide, is anxious to control the perceptions on our planet. Towers have been constructed for decades. Attempts to infiltrate and subvert Jekyll Corp Tower have failed, or we'd already have that very last piece needed for checkmate. December 2012 came and went, and Coda Hall stopped the apocalypse without even knowing he was stopping it. But this time, not even Coda can stop it, and when it comes rolling in, we'll be the ones ushering it, with our new friends, of course. Moran, was that little speech supposed to inspire me? Malta owes nothing to your alleged powers. It was meant to display the futility of resistance. This is your chance to be on the side of victory for once in your life. So what? We just steal the man's building, like common criminals. Is that what we are now? No, we are not criminals. Criminals break the law. We do not break the law. We write the law. Do your job, Vermont. In my elder years, I've only just begun to know my grandchildren. I never got to know my own children. I'm no longer the ambitious child who climbed the political ladder, blinded by fool's gold. I'm an old man with regrets who squandered his life fulfilling the expectations of others. I've climbed the mountain already. The view was nice, but it's lonely at the top. I'm heading back down the mountain to the people who want a real leader, who need a real leader, not a paid salesman. Who turned out the lights? Nothing. Dead.
Is everything all right? Mr. Moran asked that you keep the noise to a minimum.
Don't mumble, son. Speak up. Vermont, if you value your life, I implore you to hold your tongue. What's the matter, boy? Cat got your tongue? You think we're all scared of you. We're not. You'll learn that soon enough. Old fool, I warned you. As if I didn't already have enough to do.
In other news, we have a developing breakthrough regarding the missing charter plane of Maltese Speaker of the House, Angelo Vermont. Parts of the wreckage, along with parts of Vermont, have been found scattered over the Swiss Alps. Expert authorities speculate that Vermont was cut in half instantly by the plane after it tore apart upon crashing in the mountains. An EU political advisor traveling with Vermont was also found decapitated by the twisted metal.